Okay, guys, hi, and welcome to this live show discussion of the new Jurassic World trailer. And with me is one of my dear buddies, Helzo from the channel Discuss Things. Hi, buddy.
Hello, ladies and gents, it's Helzo, and we're here to discuss Jurassic World.
Absolutely. So let us just tune in to this hangout so we can watch the comments live and I can hear. Yes, I can hear it. It sounds great. So
Yeah,
if
sounds great.
there's any issues with the sound whatsoever, guys, you can let me know in the chat. I'm watching it all the time. So we are also gonna, interact with you guys and reply to everything that we possibly can. And no trolls.
Oh, there are probably gonna be some trolls, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, what are we gonna start with first? Because I have a lot to talk about this trailer, and I have very mixed feelings about it.
Me too. By the way, I suppose that you haven't had the chance to see my trailer reaction because I
No,
said a lot
no,
of
no.
things.
We're setting up the things, but well, if you want to, okay, let me just hear first your side of the things. Like, what did you think of the trailer? What did you think that this? Do you have any good hopes for the movie, but based on this first trailer?
Well, I did say that I kind of have a trailer fatigue, to be honest. Not a trailer fatigue, but dinosaur fatigue, because I I was underwhelmed because all that I seen from this trailer, I feel like I already seen it in different movies. Such concepts done previously, just in a bit of a different way. Even some shots, of the T-Rex, how it was roaring in front of
Yeah,
Chris
the
Pratt.
the classic T-Rex roar.
Yeah, the whole wide shot, how you can see the dinosaur, that's all well and good. I mean, it's not the movie, it is me because I'm just, so used to this point of seeing such things, maybe. But the movie's kind of dark and it's, what to tell you, it just does not hit me inside. I don't really feel it as an emotion. I don't really connect with Chris Pratt and his character. I don't really care that he raised this dinosaur somehow, although
Oh,
he's
come
still
on, oh,
kind
come
of
on,
growing.
come on. That was the one good thing that I enjoyed about this.
Really?
Yeah, well, he raised a freaking dinosaur. So I'll get to that in a moment because this is one of the concepts that actually bugged me. But this particular Velociraptor has got me all cute and cuddly because it was cutely made. But as you said, it's all done before, and in particular, what I felt was a trailer to Jurassic Park 2 from back back in time. Like
Yeah.
it was basically the second Jurassic Park movie trailer with a little bit of differences to make it look original, but it's not because it's the same premise. They go back to the island with the destroyed park, even though in the second movie, in the second Jurassic Park, it was a bit different. But anyways, the premise is almost the same,
Yeah.
and this first trailer just shows what we're actually using before, because in the Jurassic World, the Jurassic World movie, everyone was complaining that it looks just like Jurassic Park with better effects and just a bit of tweaks there, which actually made it even more ridiculous than it was. I'm not saying it was a horrible movie, but it definitely wasn't what it could have been. And I got really irritated when I watched the movie because it was so beautiful. I love dinosaurs. They was done beautifully. The concept was good, but the execution was absolutely horrible. And that's kind of what I'm expecting from this movie based on this trailer.
Mm. Yeah, well, first, I was kind of annoyed by the fact that Chris Pratt and Claire are separated, her character, I mean, in the movie, because that's such a cliche in every TV series and all of that that you can think of, because you just see the two main leads being separated and you have to think about that, and now it's like a side plot. What the heck's gonna happen to that relationship as
Second
every
Jurassic Park movie with Jeff Goldblum and his ex-wife, and he goes with to the island, and his adopted daughter follows. Same plot, except you don't have a daughter, you have a freaking dinosaur who is their offspring or something. Like they raised
Wow.
it. Yeah, like they raised it. It's their child. They actually mentioned that in like in a subtle way. You raised it.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, go back to the whole island just for one dinosaur? All right, but come on, it's I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. Like, and the whole life finds a way. Like they're cramming this line all over the series since day one. Life will find a way. Life finds a way. The famous Jeff Goldblum line from that was actually mentioned in the original book like 2 times in the whole book, and now they're cramming it down our heads.
Oh yeah, actually you're right. I just don't, I can't make the same connections as you quite as well because I just don't remember, the second movie. I recently saw the first movie again, but the second not really.
I
But yeah, those are some good points. I mean,
like I memorized all 3 movies, and I was increasingly irritated about everything connected to them. So I had really high hopes even back then when I was reacting to the first trailers of Jurassic World. They were good. They were actually pretty good. The trailers were amazing to Jurassic World, and I had really high hopes that this will be actually something really good. And
mhm.
it was enjoyable, but at like there were so many stupid things in that was everything with the velociraptors, with training them, with the Indominus Rex, with the Tyrannosaurus, with even down to running on hills, like all those stupid things that actually ruined the movie for a lot of people. And now when you see the second movie, you see the most standard of plot lines ever: catastrophe, saving dinosaurs, running from dinosaurs that are trying to eat them, getting saved by the Tyrannosaurus Rex ex machina. And if you saw the trailer now, you remember how they were running with the with the little glass ball thing. I don't remember how these are called. The machine that let the tourists just stroll around the park. And
Yeah.
basically, those animals, those dinosaurs, are running for their lives from the volcano that is actually erupting at this moment, and they can all sense the danger. And somehow they actually have this time to stop, go to the main characters, and try to eat them at one place instead of just running for their lives. Which is, yeah, we're having a volcano, but I'm gonna have a little sushi snack with 2 humans.
Oh, well, maybe that was like a pause. The
Uh,
volcano was not quite erupting yet fully. It was like
no, 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 no. You can see it in
20%
you can see it
erupting.
in the trailer. Every single creature is running for their life. You can see all the creatures running frantically, and their ball stops, and something like an Indominus Rex, like a young Indominus Rex with the horns and everything. I actually searched for the image, and they look kind of alike. And the Tyrannosaurus Rex just comes and saves the day, like by biting the neck. That's stupid as hell. Like, how many times are we gonna see a Tyrannosaurus Rex saving the day? I know it's a cool dinosaur, it's the biggest predator, but come on.
That was
It's,
kind of in the previous movie. I mean, I said
yes,
that with irony. I mean, I meant that, maybe this percent and that. I mean that with irony, I know what you mean. So don't worry.
it's stupid. It's so stupid. It's basically I can kind of understand. They're trying to bring the hype back. They're trying to basically keep dinosaurs cool with the new effects, with the new CGI, with everything. But when you don't have a story, when you're basically sucking everything out of the bones on your fingers, which are the storyline, and you don't have any consistent story, you're not gonna get a lot of people hooked up, because the fans of Jurassic Park were kids in 1994, people like me. Now we're in almost in our 30s, and we actually have critical thinking, and we want story, we want development, we want something unique, something new, and they don't give it to us. They're actually trying to uh, cash out on old glory, which is not the best way to do stuff.
Yeah, basically is what they're doing. Yeah, everything that you said is pretty much what I think. Yeah, you can say
But
that.
I hope I hope that this first trailer is just to show some of the stuff that are happening in the movie to give us a basic rendition of what's happening, like a frame. And because it's a story, the frame is not all that matters. So what happens in the story and how it's told can influence the movie very much. I did like the court scene with Jeff Goldblum just explaining calmly about the dinosaurs. So I think there is a chance that they're gonna do it good, even though I'm not very positive about it. But it's not the worst story that you can think of. It's a pretty standard, but if they tell it right, if the action is good, if the suspense is right, if the pacing is good, they can actually make a pretty good movie out of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's all depends if they actually make you, you know, um, invest emotionally in the whole story. Because right now, when I'm seeing the trailer, and as I always say, this is just judging by the trailer, what we can comment on. Based on this, I don't feel anything, like anything. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't care
yeah.
about Brad, what he's doing. I don't care about well, the dinosaurs. I don't care about the dinosaur that he raised, because this is all kind of forced emotion on me. It is That's how I feel it, and the humor that Chris Pratt is usually playing, it's the same thing that we see in the Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's just with
Yeah,
dinosaurs. He's running funny. I said in my trailer reaction that he's running like a lunch lady. Like,
but here it is.
"Ah!"
Yeah, well, yeah, that's very stupid. But you just mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy 2, right? Like the
Yeah,
same
or
thing,
one.
the same. Yeah, all right, the same thing. It's so standard. Those two movies, in terms of story, they're so standard, and there is nothing unique about them if you look at the storyline. However, the action, the pacing, the character development, the acting is so good that the in between jokes, everything is just so enjoyable that if you remember, I think we actually watched the movie together, the first movie or
Yes,
the second.
yes.
Yeah,
No, the
the
second.
second. You remember how good we felt, like how funny it was, how good it was with the basic story. Like they didn't do anything unique in that regard, but everything in the movie was so enjoyable. Little Groot, the Drax with his sarcasm and everything was in place, and everything was done wonderfully with the marginal story. So
Yeah.
this is what needs to happen for Jurassic World 2 in order to do it, in order to be able to have a good movie.
Yeah. Although, I had a lot of other things that don't really resonated with me with Guardians of the Galaxy, so I can't really say, oh, this is the example or something like that. But I get that, of course, the humor was on point on most of the situations, although I didn't actually laugh out loud a lot. But yeah, there were some cool moments, but we are not talking about that movie now. But yeah, I get what you mean. So yeah, I'm just annoyed on different levels about Jurassic World or Park or whatever it is, like you said, because I'm feeling like they're trying to do everything in one movie, everything that we already seen, and just change it up a bit, make it darker, and release it. And that's the whole concept of everything, basically, like a mishmash. You can
Yeah,
say very dark mishmash.
I don't know. I'm really confused in general. I'm really confused because this is becoming a worrying trend with the trailers that they're putting some stuff out there, and I don't think they even know what to put. Like they're just putting out something.
Yeah, they're trying to make it also a scary movie, especially with that music. By the end of the trailer, because I kind of did like a shot by shot analysis, not exactly a shot by shot, but I concentrated some of the things that really stood out to me. So The music, I heard it again and again because I had to do
Yeah,
that.
with the
And it
nostalgia.
was, yeah, but it was kind of annoying because it was so, like, strong, and I don't know what's the word for that, but it's like cutting. It's like the music is so strong that it's like a cutting through
Yeah,
my ears, you
yeah.
can say.
They want to
Uh,
cram it. They want to cram it down your throat and in your ears because it's the music from Jurassic Park, just like with the Ghostbusters. Like
oh yeah.
the trailer, you remember it was eerie, it was good, and then you saw the trailer itself, and it was like. And actually, this is one of the few movies that every trailer just proved our points. I hope this doesn't happen with Jurassic World because I really do enjoy the franchise. I really do enjoy dinosaurs. I know that there is things you can do with that. Like just with the sheer concept of reviving dinosaurs through cloning and everything. The first movie did it brilliantly. The first Jurassic Park, not Jurassic World. Then it all went downhill. Jurassic World kind of stood up and was better than 2 and 3, but not better than the first. And now we're going down the spiral again. If this happens to be the by the trailer movie.
Yeah, well, let's just, if you like, of course, I can play the trailer, bits of
Yeah,
it, and we
yeah,
can check out some of the things.
yeah. I would love to because I do know that I'm missing some details. Oh
Okay,
yeah,
let's.
the record playing. Like okay, so they're in 2040 something because it's the near future and they have record players. All right. This is getting too old. Like if we have to be nitpicking, this is getting too old for every movie.
Yeah, this is like a classic shot, and I don't know how many, uh, cafes, restaurants, and all of that
Yeah,
have
cafes. Yeah, yeah,
these
yeah.
in America. I have no idea. Somebody
Cafes,
that is
diners, saloons.
diners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's play this now.
All right. Okay, so yeah, the record, and here they are, of course.
Oh, and one thing that actually I watched Grace Rainbow reaction after mine. She said, "How come, the Claire, I mean the main character, changed her hair? She had such a good style of hair in the first movie, and now she's in a ponytail. It's like a downgrade of her looks. I mean, she had very sophisticated looks. That's."
Because change is good. Everything is good. Yeah, they're inconsistent, and
And Chris Pratt is looking worse and worse. That is something that I will always point out, but he's looking, yeah, he's
yeah,
not looking good. His face is kind of getting
tired.
fatter, yeah, more fat, and it's weird.
You do know that he used to be fat, really fat,
Yeah, of course I know, but
and
that
then he
is,
got
yeah.
ripped, and then he got ripped. But I think he was gonna be in shape for Infinity Wars because it's like Infinity Wars.
Hopefully, because when his neck is trying to connect too much with his jawline, he no longer has a jawline. That makes him look a lot older than he is.
Well, he's not that young, but yeah.
Well, that can be always corrected, but just not trying.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check out.
All right. So yeah, there is. And again with the plane, with everything. Oh.
And they use this part of his face because it's just the best part of his face. We don't have to see his jawline. Yeah,
I,
he's
think-
like,
I
so
think
sophisticated.
I
I
think
want.
the directors just took your advice for it from the future and put it into the past.
Yeah, something like that.
Dramatic look. Yeah, all the distraction, everything.
Isn't that like similar somehow to the style of King Kong? How
Yeah,
they
yeah,
showed
to the
us
style
from
to the
above?
second Jurassic Park again. But I have a question.
Hmm.
If only 1 or 2 years have passed, how is it possible that so much destruction is being caused? I'm sure there were dinosaurs running amok. Yeah, and just like pushing buildings and everything. But look, there's all kinds of plans on it, on this broken, I think it's something like a train cart or something in the bottom right. You see the vines, you see everything. This is purely in a physical way. This takes around a decade to grow that much, you know.
Well, I have no idea about that. We'll see
I know, I
though.
know, I know. I'm nitpicking, but I'm getting more furious just talking about that movie because they're gonna ah yeah,
Calm down. Okay, let's
they're
just
gonna ruin
continue here.
dinosaurs for me, and I'm gonna sue them for that for emotional damage.
Well, I just don't want us to make too much assumptions, when we don't really know what the heck is the idea. But yeah, maybe you're right. That's why I'm always assuming some things, but I always say, this is just based by what I've seen from the trailer, and this could change, and maybe I'm not right. This is just like a theory. And so, guys, just know that all that we are talking about is just basically our theory, how we see the movie through the lens of the trailer, how the trailer is making us feel, and what the trailer is making us believe the movie to be like. So that's very important, but that doesn't mean that we are right. So
And
again,
basically for speculations based on what we're shown.
yeah. Okay, so it's kind of hard to hold XSplit at the same time with the Hangout here. I'm not gonna see the chat for a bit, but Irko is here, which is amazing. So at least
Hello.
is here. Okay, let's continue.
Okay. Again to this shot, alright.
And you know what? Slow music for a movie that's supposed to be like with the very big scope and supposed to be thrilling, supposed to be, tense. It's just not a good idea. If I were the trailer director or the person that is editing this, I would not put a slow music that will make me want to fall asleep, where I have to be excited for this, for the return of the dinosaur world, and I'm not gonna be because it's like na 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 la la la.
actually,
Oh,
I actually think that what they did is simply try to be eerie, trying to be suspenseful to
kind
the
of creepy.
public. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, basically, just be kind of creepy about it. So you
Yeah,
have
but I
something
don't
to.
see that with the dinosaurs because they are dinosaurs. There's nothing so mysterious about them. They're freaking dinosaurs that we created, artificially so we can have Jurassic World Park, whatever it is. There's nothing mysterious about this. They're just running rampant on the island, doing whatever they freaking want, and that's about it. I doubt that there's gonna be anything else that we have no idea about, like a new species of dinosaur that magically created itself while the people exited the island or something.
Well, yeah, there isn't actually any premise for something new. I think if if we have to be positive, which I generally don't enjoy when looking at trailers, is that they're actually trying to continue the story so that they can make a third movie for conclusion what happens to these dinosaurs. So because the main focus on this movie is saving the dinosaurs and debating whether or not to let them live. This is what we got from the trailer, the courtroom, the should we allow them to leave, to exist. I think this is going to be exactly the middle movie, and this is going to be a trilogy. I know that this is going to be a trilogy. There's gonna be a third movie after this one. So this is basically the middleman, the continuation and the exposure and the preparation for the final third movie.
Maybe, but why is it creepy then? I mean, why it has to be mysterious and creepy then?
It's
Um,
dinosaurs. The first, like when you watch the first movie, they expose the dinosaurs really, really slowly, and everything is so beautiful when they do it. When Dr. Grant first just sees all the dinosaurs, and Hammond says, "Welcome to Jurassic Park." One of the it is classified as one of the best moments in cinema history because you see the extent of the CGI in 1994, which still holds up to this moment, and you see the
Oh
beauty,
yeah.
and you see the beauty that it created. Basically, they're trying to use the same formula with a little bit of tweaking. It doesn't work, however.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue here. Okay, save the dinosaurs. Where we clearly see, at the end of the trailer that they are not saving the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Uh,
there are a lot of
at all.
those.
Like the mystery is gone in the first 2 minutes of what we see from this movie. you
For
know.
now, if we don't see something of a new plot line, because
Yeah.
this may be the running plot line, but the main plot line might be a bit different.
Oh yeah.
And
I actually hope that it is more to this. More to this
there
freaking
was
thing.
actually now that you mention it, there was a stream of clips before the trailer, like shorts about 30 seconds long, and in one of them Chris Pratt opens a hangar door with the Tyrannosaurus Rex in a cage,
Hmm.
sedated. So basically what I think is that they managed to save the dinosaurs, some of them.
Oh, maybe one from each kind.
Maybe, or like they managed to save a lot of dinosaurs, let's say. However, now the plot line is whether or not to let them free, like roam free somewhere remotely, or let the government or the military use them for something. Because if you remember in the first Jurassic World movie, the military wanted to use the raptors for military incursions,
Yeah.
because Chris Pratt was training them. So maybe the main plot line is gonna be something like this. I don't know. Just speculating at this point.
Yeah, everything is speculation. Of course, we can't say anything because we don't know anything. We can
However,
only go.
what I want to know is why are the birds not fleeing, and who's going to actually? I see 10 birds, at least 10 birds on this frame.
This shot, yeah.
Who's gonna catch them?
Ah, oh yeah. I mean, how they're gonna save the world from the pterodactyls, for instance, because they're flying dinosaurs. So if there's like a land nearby or enough near, so they can get to there. I mean, what's to stop them from populating other areas?
Exactly.
How they're gonna contain them, like in a net or something?
This is a freaking giant bird. You need Apache helicopters for that, and they don't have them.
There was not like a force field in the previous movie, correct?
No, I think they had trackers that I think they had some chemicals in them or something like that will activate upon command.
I have some kind of a memory that something was preventing the flying dinosaurs to leave somehow.
They were in a cage. They were in a cage.
Mm.
A giant cage. They were in a freaking giant cage. Yes. The final scenes of the movie actually are a helicopter crashing through the cage.
Oh, and they fly out. Oh, I remember it. Oh, and then they started to attack the people that were directly in
Exactly.
the park.
Exactly.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah, they were taking people from the street basically
Yeah,
from the park.
what a nice instinct. First thing to do after you escape the cage, attack the humans, of course. Anyways,
Of course, of course.
I
Perfect. Okay, let's continue.
could be. Okay, this is good. This is nice. This was nice. I like the little dinosaur. It was so cuddly and so cute. Look at it.
Okay, he's cuddly and all of that, but wait a second. The way that Chris Pratt says this line here.
I actually don't hear anything from the clip, but don't
You
worry.
don't?
Nope.
Oh, let me just correct that. Okay, let me know if you can hear something now.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
you don't hear anything.
Nope.
Ah, it's very loud, by the way. Okay,
In any case, I've seen the trailer.
let's try again now.
Nope.
No. Now?
Nope.
That's very weird.
In any case.
In any case, okay, so I meant here. Okay, let me just. Okay. Okay, so here.
Mm-hmm.
No, not here. Oh, and that was weird too, how they play this music like in a Saw movie or something like that. Like a very scary movie. Sorry, Bulgarian. The only difference is that it was only one note, like. I mean, what is the scary thing? Who cares? What the heck is scary?
I don't know. Actually, I'm. There is nothing scary about this movie.
Oh, here, yeah. It's like he's gonna sleep any second. He's like, what could go wrong? Like he's so annoyed, so freaking annoyed with all of this. Like, what the heck's gonna happen? I don't wanna be here. Why are we gonna get back to that island? I don't wanna do this. Where? What can go wrong?
Trying to be crisp, sarcastic.
I don't know. That is just like a robot. Only the lips are moving. He's like, what could go wrong?
Actually, he might be bored.
Well, she's very urgent. You know, she sounds very urgent, but he's like, "Meh." Okay, that is cool because you see that one dinosaur is not actually a
Yeah,
toy.
yeah. That was a cozy. Ooh. Okay. All right. This is the core scene. I do love the CGI. The CGI is amazing.
Yeah, it looks very good.
I have no negative remarks about that. I always like good CGI, and they finally start to get the hang of it. So I hope they continue with that. They don't tone it down.
Yeah. Ah, my bags. It's annoying me. Okay. Okay. So Jeff Goldblum actually, I like how he looked in Thor. Did you see Thor?
Nope.
Ah, damn it. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. But
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. I know how he looks.
yeah, I'm just trying to not spoil it for you in any way, but I mean that he looked like he looks usually when he was younger, just with gray hair, and I just prefer for him to, look like that and not like this because I feel like they intentionally made him to look older here, you
Well,
know.
it is like 20 something, 2036 or something, or 2040 something. Like
I
in
think they're
movie
in
in a
real
movie timeline.
time. In real time.
Mm, are you sure?
Yeah, I think that the movie was in real time, the same time that it passed in the movie, and is the same year as it is supposed to be now. That's how I think it is. That's how I remember when I saw the first movie that they're gonna stick with the actual years.
I see. All right. So my mistake.
Mm. Yeah, so that's what I mean. I mean, he aged like he was supposed to be, but he could look better. That doesn't mean that he can't look better.
He's the
So.
mathematician. He doesn't care.
Well, maybe he has good genes. Why, why just dismiss it like that? Maybe he just has good genes. Well, okay, that's not as important. I just feel that he doesn't look like himself that much with this hairdo and beard. That's all.
Yeah. Well, we are used to seeing Jeff Goldblum shaved and young.
Yeah. Well, obviously,
There
he's
it is.
gonna
There
be.
it is. There it is. Actually, yeah, they put the scene here. All right. You see that they open a containment cell with
Mm,
a sedated T-Rex. So basically, at one point, the military did catch this dinosaur and maybe several others, and they transported them somewhere else. So this is for me. This will be the focus of the plot line, not the saving itself. But what happens afterwards, because it, they want to push the dilemma of whether these creatures should be allowed to live.
yeah, they're gonna do something that is connected to our real world and
Yes,
our
exactly.
real problems,
Exactly.
so we can relate to the whole story. But I mean, it's hard to do that when it's dinosaurs. At least for me, that is. And I hope that we're gonna see a lot more dinosaurs because they did say in the movie featurette that is more dinosaurs that we ever seen before. There's gonna be animatronics dinosaurs, not only CGI, which of course is very very awesome. So we'll see how that goes.
Let's
Uh,
see.
yeah, let's just. I wanted to say something here. Oh yeah, I wanted to say that of course Jeff Goldblum's character is gonna be biased towards the whole thing, anyways.
Well, yeah, he has like his character has developed in the first two movies as this is something that should not have happened, and nobody can control it. This is basically what he says in the book, in the movies, that nobody can control what's happening. Like they create, but they don't control. And based on the movies, he's kind of right, but everything revolves about that. The concept of the Jurassic Park as a whole, as a book, does not revolve around the possibility of cloning dinosaurs and bringing them back to life, but whether or not this should be done. Something like this should be done because life is cannot be controlled. And this is basically
Yeah.
the whole moral thing of the series. And I don't know if they're gonna try to pull it in the second movie, but
Again, to pull it off again.
well, if
To recreate this, to hammer it on our heads. This idea that of course if we're gonna play God, we're not gonna succeed playing God because
yeah,
the nature will always overwhelm us, which
yeah,
is
exactly.
basically, yeah. I mean, I can agree with that. I definitely can see that. So okay. I mean, when you have dinosaurs, there's not really a lot of concepts that you can go with. So it's all that's left is doing the same things that we already know and doing them the best way possible, so we can actually have some kind of a interest and engagement in a story like that. So that is the key. If they can make us engaged and to care in the movie, although they did not succeed with the trailer that much.
I actually have tried to like think of things that they can do to renew the whole thing, to put new ideas, and there are some like they can do relocating the dinosaurs, like the basic stuff. They can try to like learn from them or something. They can go as far fetched as they want at this point. They can make it very ridiculous. However, as I said, I feel that they're gonna be very, very standard issue plot lines. It's not gonna be anything unique. This is my main concern.
Yeah, basically mine too. Okay, continuing.
Of course.
Okay, they're gonna be here after. Of course, of course. Okay, I wanted to say something here. Chris Pratt is made to look like Indiana Jones, but crossed with Nathan Drake. Uh, okay, I mean, this
A
is
board version.
yeah, not chiseled jawline, not version. Okay.
He's definitely not the brightest light bulb. Yeah, again, you
Oh,
see
okay, and
Captain
what the heck
Dinosaur.
is this? What the heck is that? This looks like if I didn't know, from which movie is this shot, I would say, wow, is that a spaceship or something? Is that like I don't know what that is. I mean, it
This
looks
could look
like.
like Avatar too, by the way. Like without any issue, they can use this shot for a part of the trailer for Avatar 2.
I mean, something like that, some movie like that. It looks nothing like what you would expect from a Jurassic Park movie, which I'm okay with. I'm just saying that it reminds me of something connected to space and
Yeah.
spaceships.
Well, it's probably a hangar or a containment, like an arc, and they're seeing the nice topping. You just look at the jaw.
Mm. I want to eat that. Is it like melted gold or something?
Nice. Hey, there, the birds are going. Ooh, random explosions are random.
Oh yeah, that's very funny to me because it looks like a scene from Game of Thrones, how they're shooting Game of Thrones. The explosions are close to the actors, but not that close. So it's like we see the shot that is behind the scenes that is showing, how the shot actually looks like for real, but then in the real show it looks closer to the actors or something like that. This is exactly what this reminds me of. It's blowing up, but they're so far away from the explosion. So who cares?
Yeah,
Like,
who cares? And
who the
they
heck
blew
cares?
if they blew up so randomly, there was actually no trigger. If you could see, like, there is no trigger, no lava or something falling on them to trigger it. Yeah,
Yeah, just
just play it. If you rewind it, just play it to see. Just
oh,
watch the barrels. Just watch the barrels.
I'm gonna do that. Just a second. I have to read the comment from Irko here.
Yeah, about the
Oh,
Chris Pratt.
he's saying the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the Chris Pratt thing is the same. Like, he he's funny, but not in a good way.
Just a second. I have to reply to him because he cannot hear well. Technical difficulties and all of that. So I have to reply to him.
I understand.
Okay, in Bulgaria is much more funny to explain how he's running actually. uh,
Yeah. like,
okay.
for those who might listen to it, it's like a soft wrist. And I'm not going to explain what that means in Bulgarian.
Is what Irko said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
hope.
he's correct, by the way. Like, in this regard, he is correct. Like, he's really funny.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's supposed to be, the hero of the movie or the funny guy that's hero of the movie, but he can at least run in some way that it will look more manly. But he's not, looking that manly because is looking very round basically when he's running. So yeah, I just hate when actors lose particular shape or form and they just get into shape for different movies. So annoying. It's like their body is a game for them. They don't care about how they look or their health in the meantime. They just don't realize the health benefits of continuing the same thing
you
that they've learned for a role. I'm just so frustrated.
you must really hate Christian Bale.
Mm, Christian Bale did what he had to do for his roles. That is kind
Exactly.
of different, but at least the rest of the time, when he just has to play a regular, not a regular guy, but I mean, just a person underneath the clothes, he can at least be in shape if the role doesn't require him to lose shape. If
Well, he's not well fit. Like, he's basically he's very busy with the roles and he's constantly on some regime, but he doesn't do it for himself, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, only Chris Hemsworth kind of stick to the
Yeah.
same shape, unless he had to play that role when he was on the ship. Then he lost a lot of weight, muscle, everything. Then he had to gain it all back for Thor, and now he kind of maintains something. I mean, it's not the same, muscularity levels, but at least it's a good body shape. It's not like droopy or anything like that.
Everyone should be like Jason Momoa.
Or Jason Momoa, he's always
He's always been ripped. He's
yeah,
always been in shape and ripped. I remember from his oldest movies from the TV series. I know him. He's
yeah, not ripped because ripped is kind of different. Now for Aquaman, he's kind of ripped, but he still maintains a high body fat percentage
you should see
relatively.
him in Conan. You should see him in Conan.
I saw him. I saw him. I know.
It was actually shot here, and my brother said, like, he looked like a mountain.
Yeah, I know that the movie was shot here. Yeah, and he is very tall. That's why he looks like a mountain, which is great.
All right, let's see
Yeah,
what's happening.
yeah,
See, nothing.
yeah.
It just boop, boop, boop. It's
In
like,
order,
oh, hello, Raptor.
in particular order. You know me. You know what funny thing Grace Randolph also said? She said that he had a I mean she had a goldfish and she had to be absent for 1 week. So somebody else had to watch over the goldfish, and she was she returned, and the goldfish had no idea who she was after that.
Yes.
I don't know how she managed to understand whether or not the goldfish knew or didn't know who she was, but dinosaur would be much more advanced as an animal than a goldfish. So that's
Yeah,
another thing.
they're pushing the idea of velociraptors being this extremely intelligent uh, species, like an extremely intelligent type of dinosaur, which partially it's true. They were intelligent, they were hunting in packs based on actual evidence.
Based on, yeah, what we
Yeah,
have.
but the thing, like even from the first movie, opening doors and this and that, this is like very far fetched. I don't dislike it because nobody knew how intelligent dinosaurs were, and raptors would be the perfect like the perfect fit for something more intelligent than a regular dinosaur. And they have the body physique based on the bones. They can be that intelligent. It's not that far fetched, which is good, but if you go over the top, then like in Jurassic Park 3, it was just so overblown. I was laughing the whole time. It was so laughable. Like it was like honor, like they were like a tribe. It was ridiculous. And
Oh boy.
yeah.
They're not human. Hello.
Actually, Jurassic World also did it, like with the T-Rex and the Velociraptor, and the end just looking at each other with honor in their eyes and just going their separate ways. And bitch, no, that doesn't happen. They're gonna fucking kill each other. You don't do that. And the
Mm,
time and the T-Rex, being the vicious predator, just doesn't notice all the humans standing and watching them, and just goes goes somewhere and leaves all the food there,
oh
the walking
yeah.
food. I'm like, yeah, right. He just decided to go have a nap instead of eat. Uh,
Yeah, it's like it's not his priority at all. He just
yeah,
prefers honor and
like a
well.
samurai. Samurai T-Rex, honor.
Well, some animals do show very amazing qualities sometimes in different situations, but we don't have any idea of how a dinosaur would behave. I mean, we can say that because he's a predator and all that he strives to do in life is to survive, which is basically every animal and all of that. In this kind of a situation, we can never know how he's gonna react, but of course, that like you said, he
In any case,
shouldn't attack.
they're not chimpanzees. Like raptors, maybe they might be as intelligent as chimpanzees in the movie, even though I highly doubt it was just like that. But T-Rex, no, he was dumb as a nut. he had
Or,
he had
or
a tiny brain.
well, or if you, well, size of the brain is not always, proof for intelligence exactly.
No, they actually measured it like based on his cranium and everything. Because like, sorry, I used to be a dino nerd.
Well, yeah, me
Basically,
too, actually.
T-Rex had a very small brain for his head size, because most of it was filled with sensors, like to track prey, like for the nose and everything.
Mm.
It was all built around his jaws and everything to command that. And his brain was just used to hunt. Like he wasn't a dumb dinosaur. He was like an average. He was the predator. He was basically the macho dinosaur of his period. Whilst the raptors, they were for their period, they were like the brains. They were very advanced. Like from research, they did use to hunt in packs, which is like the researchers thought it was very strange because the dinosaurs usually don't hunt in packs, but these do coordinate attacks and everything.
Yeah, okay. I meant that when we have a human factor in a dinosaur world, maybe, just maybe, things will be different in terms of behavior that we're gonna get out of the dinosaurs. So maybe that's the idea of the movie, that T-Rex is gonna recognize or somehow, humans as some kind of a species, although smaller, maybe superior, I don't know. Instinctively, they will know what a human is. In relationship to them, in relations to them. So yeah, that's just my theory, because we are supposedly, uh, I mean, we don't have humans with dinosaurs
Yeah.
usually. So now we do. So what is going to be our interaction with these animals and their interaction and how they would see and feel us? So maybe all of this behavior that we're gonna see from the dinosaurs, raptors, T-Rex, is gonna be different because we are the very, very different factor, in the
I
picture.
I, I just fuck. I just imagined like dinosaurs developing a civilized culture, building stuff, developing technology and everything. Like at the two raptors with spears and shoes, and speaking a strange language. Yeah, no.
Well, no, I don't imagine that. I'm just saying, what
Yeah,
will happen if the humans were interacting with them? How, when humans interact with predators like lions and other cats, wild cats, they are very different, and they grow accustomed to humans, and they behave very different. Um, not like how we're gonna see them in nature.
yes. But
So,
they don't become more intelligent. They just become accustomed to living in the environment they were raised, like a domesticated environment.
okay, but actually, there were some scientific.
You could do the example with chimpanzees, domesticated chimpanzees that grew up with humans. They actually develop that some species of chimpanzees, some branches. They do develop much more than their brethren would. Like there was this actually in the summer there was this article about a type of monkey. I think it was a chimpanzee or an orangutan that they actually the species evolved like they were bred in a human environment and they saw what the humans did. They were taught many things and they started doing things on their own, like lighting a fire.
Mm.
So basically they reached the stone age through observation and they started doing it by themselves, like gathering wood, lighting on the fire with stones and everything, and they evolved artificially in their brains, like by just learning new stuff.
Yeah, although artificially is not the correct term, I think, for this, because they're just in different circumstances, so that's why they evolved. But it's not artificial because we didn't do anything to them physically.
Yeah, but it was like it wasn't discovered in a natural means. It was shown to them in a controlled environment. That's
Yeah,
what I
but
mean artificially.
everything can happen. I mean, in life, let's say different circumstances, you end up in a different place, you learn different things. That is how life
Yeah,
works
of course,
usually.
of
So
course.
that is applying to the animals. And again, we are the factor that is driving all of that change, and this is what I was
Exactly,
gonna
exactly,
say.
exactly. Because we are a more advanced species. Like, whereas when the first fire was invented, supposedly there were maybe alien-like creatures to show the first humans how to build a fire. That's what I'm asking. Because we're basically like some gods to them, or some alien species with very much more advanced stuff than they do. Like, this is the basic perception. If we see, let's say, if you see an alien with a much more advanced technology than yours, like floating around or anything, it's more advanced than you, and if it shows you some stuff, how to make these things, how to develop this technology, it's artificial advancement by a higher organism. It's not self-developed on the the, the landscape and the basically the tools you have at your disposal. It was artificially shown to you by another species. That's the artificial thing I'm going at, as we
Ah,
saw show the monkeys.
Okay, well, I look at as different factor that yes, it is not, it is not connected to our usual environment. So in that way, it's artificial because it's coming from outside. It's
Yeah.
outside interference basically, but it's the potential that we have in us that is making that possible. Because
Yes.
if we don't have this, we will not evolve from anything,
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is that a lot of animals, not only chimpanzees, in different, tests, scientific, tests that were done, domesticated animals, for instance, cats and dogs, and some horses that interact with humans and dolphins and all of that are actually more intelligent than their brothers that are from, in the wild. So basic interactions with humans does make them more intelligent.
Yes,
That
they
is,
do. They do
yeah.
develop some qualities, and they're actually very intelligent by default. Just they show their intelligence in different manners, not in the way we would consider human intelligent. In any
Yeah,
case,
this is just my
let's go.
point.
Let's go back to
This
the
is just my
movie.
point, yeah, for the different behavior of the dinosaurs that we can attribute that to
Yeah,
us.
it's not that far fetched.
Yeah, absolutely not. Okay, continue because we are, it's 11. Okay, special effect here is amazing.
Yes, it was. It
Uh,
was
it's
very
just
good.
freaking awesome. But how he does that with the head is so freaky, and that's the freakiest thing, in the
It
whole
just it
trailer.
just moves the neck as it turns the head. It basically goes a little bit like it turns on its own axis, which is right in front of the eyes, and basically you don't see it turning. You just see it shifting a little bit.
Yeah, it's freaky.
Yeah, it's freaky, but it's not impossible. A lot of birds can do that.
Yeah, it's not impossible. I'm just saying it's freaky, and it's made to show
But
us that animals are maybe still animals, and if they're left to the wild, they're just gonna behave according to their environment. So
yeah.
yeah, here's that. Here's that running like.
It's so fucking awesome.
Uh,
It's
I'm
gold.
gonna I'm gonna say it in Bulgarian, running like Leuka, like the lunch lady.
Like soft wrist.
No, not even like that. It's like, wow! I cannot do it. Even
Something
if
like
I.
this.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Okay.
And here come the animals.
Actually, you know what? It's very uncomfortable to run downhill. That
Yeah.
is one of the things that it's making him run as funny. But I don't know. He still runs funny. Damn it! I mean,
He still
whatever I
runs
can.
like a girl. Sorry.
Well, I do think that the girl is running
Yeah,
more
in
manly
this
than
case, the
him.
girl is. All right, this is what I'm getting. Look, the volcano is already erupting, and this idiot just goes to eat them, and now this happens.
Isn't that the mutated? Sorry.
Yeah, that it looked like an Indominus Rex from Jurassic World. I researched it in Google. They look kind of the same, but this has bigger horns than the previous one. It's a little bit different. I don't know if it is an Indominus Rex, but it sure looks like it.
Isn't he supposed to be bigger, or this is just a smaller
Yes,
dinosaur, younger one?
yes, and in addition, it's supposed to be only one that actually died in the first movie. Like there shouldn't be any more of it.
Yeah, exactly. That was my point. I mean, I was like, is my memory making tricks on me, or that is really another one of those mutated species that humans supposedly made better?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's a cool dinosaur with horns, but it
Mm,
was short-lived because the T-Rex arrived.
ye-
And look,
yeah.
here it is. Like that's the scene. Everything is exploding in the
Oh,
background, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
nobody, like, they're not running for their lives. It just attacked them, and the T-Rex attacked the dinosaur. Yeah, don't mind the volcano, it will pass. It's just Small
He's just
fire.
having his manly moment here.
Yes, of course.
Like,
Yeah,
leave him to his manly moment. Although that could be a girl, who knows?
yeah.
Nobody
I'm not
knows.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The T-Rex looks awesome. Like,
Yeah,
look at it. Look, he's just badass all the way from
he
beginning to
does.
end.
He
But
does look awesome.
again,
Yeah. Uh,
but it's done so much. This is done has been done so much in all of the movies, so
the
many
rain,
times.
the first Jurassic Park, the rain
Yes,
shot. Wow. Yeah.
that shout is done so many times. It's ridiculous already. We need something more.
Yeah. Oh, a question. I have a question about this shot here, actually. Why does the pterodactyls, or whatever their name is, I mean, there's two or one, or one, three, four,
Yeah.
one more.
Why they're so low on the ground?
Yeah, why are they so low? That's weird. They can fly
You
very
should
high.
go and ask them.
Yeah, the exact. I mean, look at that. It's like he wants to be hit from that rock.
Maybe he's suicidal. Sorry. He's
He's
tired.
what?
Maybe he's tired of life.
Oh, that's not a good explanation. No,
Existence is pain.
we cannot give this to the movie.
He watched Rick and Morty and he decided to not give a fuck anymore. Of course. Now it's the manly run. You see, now was the manly run.
Not really sure. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
better, it's better.
it's a manly run.
But his arms look small like the T-Rex.
Yes, they're skinny.
Yeah.
And all right, they go and a lot of dead dinosaurs flaming and burning.
Oh,
In
this
all,
music. I really dislike it.
in all accounts, after seeing this shot, I was just thinking, all right, everyone's dead.
Mm,
Every dinosaur is dead. You cannot
mm.
expect me to believe that this explosion and this level of destruction happened on one side of the island and the other one was safe and the dinosaurs were there. Like we saw how they fall, how they were burned, scorned, they were drowning. How many could you have saved in that case?
I don't know. Just a second. I want to check something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the Hangout. I wanna see if the trailer is really not hurt in the Hangout.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna play the trailer again. Now stop it. Now check the Hangout, because there's a bit of a delay.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm gonna find out. Almost there. Sorry if you're hearing that echo, guys. No,
Yeah,
there's
no,
not
here it,
any
yeah. So
sound.
basically something from the Hangout.
Okay.
Most probably.
Yeah, well, I think that we got all the things that we can possibly discuss.
Yeah, this is the first trailer. I do want to see a second trailer, of course. I want to see what happens because nothing would make me happier than to be made wrong about everything that I said today.
Oh yeah, of course. We don't want the movie to suck. We don't want any
No,
movie to suck
no.
ever. We just want amazing entertainment, so we can, have the feeling that we got our money's worth.
Yeah,
And we had a great
and
time.
yeah, and of course to have someone do a right by a movie and by a fan base because this franchise is huge. This was one of the biggest franchises at one point.
Yeah, you can say that, and it made me love dinosaurs even more. Although by the time that I saw the first movies, I don't know what year are the first movies. Actually, I think that quite
94,
old.
94 is the first Jurassic Park movie. I think 97 is the second, or 98, and 2004 is the third. If I, this is again, it's figurative. I don't know the exact. I know that 94 is the first movie. Like the first movie is 1994. And the second and the third, they were close to those years that I mentioned.
Well, my point is that I didn't see them right away when they came out because I was a baby or I wasn't born. I'm not
All right,
sure.
Jurassic Park 3 is 2001. I'm just seeing it now.
Wow.
And okay, again another mistake.
It's
Jurassic Park
1993, the first movie.
93 and 97. 97 was the second movie. All right.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't seen it in 1993, so yeah, a lot later than that. I saw it.
I think I saw it in 1996 for the first time. I rented the VHS from the local video store, and they had it like a VHS. It was amazing.
Well, when you think about it, I saw the first Star Wars movies, episode 4, 5, and 6, like 2 years ago, maybe. So, and
Blasphemer!
they're so much older than I am. So
But
so
but
much older.
but you saw the rendition, the reimagined version, right, with the new effects.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I saw
Uh,
that.
when you have the time, at a certain point in your life, just download the original versions. You'll laugh. Like the effects are old school. They cannot be more old school than that.
Yeah, they cannot be more old. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still amazing, by the way. Like,
Well, actually, I do think that um I've seen the original and the remastered version. I'm
mhm.
not sure, but I am. I mean, I am remembering that I'm seeing. I saw the two things. I just don't remember anymore because
Well, there are
I don't know.
comparison videos. Like they can show you the change of effects.
I saw that as well. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that my generation grew up with Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3 was the big deal for me.
Yeah,
Like this was
the one, two,
yeah.
three.
I'm gonna go to the movies and I'm gonna see Episode 3 and Anakin so handsome. Oh.
Yeah, it was. They were good times back then.
Yeah, and then I heard that the new movies were considered total crap, and I was like, "What? Say what?" Well, because I was growing up with these movies, not the original movies,
Those
and
three movies are considered actually very crappy, but this is only because they had to live. Like they first had to be a prequel. They had to tell the story of three of the one of the biggest trilogies and the best trilogies of all time. And saying a story like that is very hard, and they didn't do it right.
mm, yeah. Well, after that, I realized why they were crappy and why Hayden Christensen how he played Darth Vader was terrible. I mean, how he played Anakin, all that he said to Padme, he was like, sand. I
I
hate
hate
sand.
them.
He's getting everywhere. Or something similar like that. And she
And
was
this is
like,
this comes from a boy that grew up on Tatooine on a sand
yeah.
planet. Yeah, I've, I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, it gets everywhere. Oh, okay. And then there
Not
was a
creepy
lot of
though. Not creepy at all.
yeah, but I did love how he became Darth Vader. I mean, what faces he made under the
Yeah,
hood. That was so freaking awesome. And I had the comic books, uh, you know, of Star Wars, and they were drawn very, very good, exactly like
yeah.
the actors look like. So it was an awesome childhood for me with the new Star Wars movies. I didn't complain at all, um, and I wanted to, see the originals, but I was like, old movies. I hate old movies. I don't want to see old movies. Blah. And I saw them, but I never was a fan of the old movies. That's another different conversation. It's not about Jurassic World. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I'm just saying that it's so different. There were totally the big deal because nobody ever seen anything like that when the movies first came out. But now it's like, I'm watching them, and Luke is, holding to a Pope or whatever that was, like a tube or something, and he was screaming, "No, no, no!" It was so terrible. I hate that scene. He was looking so ugly in that moment. It was, I mean, I know it's meant to be like that, but it looked very raw to me, like so raw. It was kind of ridiculous and cheesy, so I never got that. But I suppose that I was alive back then, I would be like, okay, this is the stuff. But yeah, it does not translate well when you're used to see already modern things. At least that's how I see it.
Well, remember these lines that you just spoke, and in 10 years, the same things will be said about the first three Jurassic Park movies.
Well, I think that it's kind of different because Jurassic Park 1, I can still watch it and enjoy that movie.
Yes, that's
Um,
why I said it in 10 years.
I don't think it's quite the same. I mean, it's different times, different technologies, different approach to movie making. Star Wars was in an era that was very far from the technology that we had in the 90s, even the 80s.
Keep in
I
mind,
can't really say that.
keep in
Say
mind
anything
that
about that.
10 years ago, the original Star Wars series was still watchable by everyone. Like they weren't that old. That's what I'm saying. In 10 years, when movie technology is completely different, because it will be, like it's going to be absolutely totally different with the VR, with the AR, with everything. It's going to be much more immersive. I do suspect that we're actually going to be starring in those movies because it's going to be totally different from what we're used to now. And what are we used to now? We're going to be the old generation. We in 10 years, I'll be 37.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well,
And
still young though.
my kids, if I have any, if I put them through Jurassic Park, they'll be like, "Ew, Dad, this is like old retro shit." And if I put them through Star Wars, they're like, "What are you doing to me?"
Oh,
That,
I'm
those
not.
are the kids that are going to think that Avatar is a cool old movie.
Maybe. I don't know. I just think that everything that you can see in the 90s, for instance, uh, could hold up or not depending on the movie budget, like Independence Day, for instance. But some other movies made from the 90s, they're extremely crappy with extremely bad special effects,
Yes,
extremely amazing. Like, I mean, they're still compatible,
comparable.
comparable to today, yeah. Where 70s were very, 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 very different from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it was a revolution a bit, but again, as I said, it's going to wear off. It's going to wear off really quickly because just the whole concept of movies is going to change.
I think the thing that mostly stood out as a very old thing is just the costumes, the animatronics of Star Wars. That is the thing that is very noticeable. The lightsabers and the ships that are
Yeah.
made with, different props to make look, huge, and that is pretty fine. It's okay, but all those fluffy things that are moving or people with costumes, that is what it really is the big difference here, and that is what
Hey,
we don't have
you don't speak shit
anymore.
about the Jawas.
About what?
You do not speak about the Jawas.
What is that?
Little hooded things that are like merchants on those
Oh,
guys. In any case, back
I
to
don't mean that particularly. Yeah. Anyways, guys, so this turned out to be a Star Wars hangout in some way. I don't mean to say anything bad about Star Wars because I love, the today's movies. I mean, the new Ray and all of that trilogy, maybe that we're gonna have Kylo Ren and all of this. I just love that. I can't wait for, for the new movie to come out. Just like 2 weeks from now or 1 week, I forget, but I'm gonna be
One
there
week.
anyways.
It's next week on Friday.
Oh, you have to go if you're
Yes,
free.
I will be.
So I'm gonna make reservations from now.
I'm single. Remember, I can do
Oh,
whatever I want now.
oh yes. Before it was like,
So
can we go there to see that movie because it's gonna be very cool, and and you'll be like, I don't know, I don't know.
thank you. Yes, yes, thank you. Sass me on your own string. Thank you. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get you back real fast.
Why? Is that
I'm
is
kidding.
that?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, I don't miss those times. I do not miss those times.
Nobody misses those times.
Yeah, I just want a free pudding, you know, so we can go and do things together. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. So, gonna make the reservations because we are not gonna have tickets. I'm pretty sure for Friday, if you like.
Yes.
Yeah,
Make
gonna
that.
give more money for that, but we have to go on the premiere so we can review it right away.
Yeah, it's the premiere. So afterwards, we are going to reveal.
Oh yeah, we
Okay,
got to do
so
it
should we put up a score for that trailer? Like
for the
based
trailer.
on, yeah, if you want, I would like to put a score on it.
Put a
Because
score on it. Put a score on it.
I would like, we a part of me wants to burn it, but that's a different story. I would, if I had to rate it, I would probably rate it about a 6 out of 10. Like if it's a 10 grading system, or 3 out of 5 stars,
Nah.
because there are good things about the trailer. The CGI is good. Do you see the premise of the story? And if you look into it, you can possibly imagine a few different plot lines than from what they're showing at first. It's not the best trailer. It definitely can be a lot better. Definitely has some major issues. Definitely irritates me, but there, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's bad, but not that bad.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Of
And
course,
it's
of
good.
course.
It's bad, but not that bad. And it's good, but not that good.
Oh yeah, okay. So I always use the 10 out of 10 system because it has more space for
Yes,
rating,
yes,
and I think it's kind of more accurate because people can get a better idea what exactly you feel about something when you have 10 points to spare, so to
yeah.
speak. So I would say that this trailer for me is about 6 for me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
6.
Yeah. Not the best case scenario, but definitely not the worst either. Because I, like, when I watch it, let's say I'm gonna make the reference for the Ghostbusters trailer, the first trailer. I was like, no, just no, 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 please don't do that. Please just cancel the whole project, cancel the whole thing, scrub it, burn it, bury it, and forget it. Because if you do this, you're gonna piss a lot of people off. And I was kind
Yeah.
of right.
You are very, very right. Although I did enjoy the movie in my own way, because again, Ghostbusters is the same situation like I have with Star Wars. The old movies, I don't like them very much. Even I like them a lot less than Star Wars. So when I saw the new movie, I was like, okay, I love all those actresses because I watched them separately. I watched them in Saturday Night Live. I know them very well. The majority of the audience maybe are not very familiar with them, but I do know all those actresses. So I was very thrilled to see that. But then there were some super annoying slow moments in the movie. That was my problem with it. All the rest of the things that they did, I was like, yeah, I know this comedy. I'm used to that comedy, so it was not bad for me. It was just slow at parts. So yeah, that is my review on that. I cannot say anything about the old movies because again, I don't buy anything that they're doing in all those movies. The slime, the logic behind even existing, something like that, even existing because spirits are not material. So how are those spirits producing something that's very yucky and material? It's not. It didn't connect to anything that I have.
It's
As
just that like, okay, I acknowledge it exists, but I'm not happy about that.
something like that. So I just don't care about Ghostbusters in general. So the new movie was again a quick popcorn, something, eat that. Okay, I mean I'm not eating actually when I see movies because I don't eat at night you know that. But I'm saying that it's just like a popcorn movie that it's fast food. You see it and you forget about it, and that's it. And I had fun with it, and I was kind of bored at times, but I was fine overall with it. And I love Sigourney Weaver, but she was 2 seconds in the movie, so that was a big no. That was actually my biggest no with the
I
whole
just
movie.
I just I just opened IMDb on this movie on the Ghostbusters.
Okay, it has 2
Uh,
points,
no,
probably.
it's 5.3 because all the hype has gone, and basically some people can rate it a little bit more accurately. But what I'm seeing is that they barely managed to cover on top of their budget, which is not the best thing ever. Usually, the movies aim to cover their budget on the box office, and their box office was, how should I say it? Terrible,
Very, yeah.
terrible. No, it was absolutely horrifying. It was like one sixth of their budget, and they since then, after all the showings in the worldwide, the cumulative worldwide gross does top the budget and then some. So basically, it is enough. But oh, this was a fail on so many levels.
No, it is definitely fair because as I know, all the movie studios give at least 100 million for advertising. So if they are only 100 million above, they just broke even basically. So we can go by the movie
No,
budget.
they are a lot above. Like they are above. But let's say I'm comparing. I just opened Deadpool, just so I have something to see as a reference. And man, they had tripled the budget on the opening week and around 7 times, no, around 12 times the budget after
Yeah,
all the viewings. Basically, they went more than 100% on top of their budget, which
yeah,
is
I see that. I see that.
crazy. This is crazy. That's so much money. They actually have the money for 5 more movies like that.
Yeah, but it's different because Deadpool was something that studios assume that people don't really know, that they're not so familiar with, so they played
Yeah.
it safe. They didn't spend a lot of money on the movie. They made it funny. They stayed true to the character, and everything went pretty well. So it was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was a bullseye, definitely. We can't say the same thing about Justice League because Justice League will make around that money. Around, I'm saying, just maybe less, maybe
Actually haven't seen
six.
anything. It's 7.2. Okay, that's not bad. Like
Uh,
it's not terrible the score. And
it's very bad.
oh
Situation is very bad.
well they are over the budget a lot. Like they do have almost double the budget with the worldwide viewings, but
It's still considered a failure, though,
yeah,
because
it
it
is
has
it
to
is.
hit at least 80, 100 million to be considered decent success.
Yeah.
80, 100 million, and
And
still,
this
it's
is
barely 600. It's not.
and not to mention that this is the movie where so many heroes come, like the Flash, Batman,
People are just,
Wonder
yeah.
Woman, and
People
Superman.
just listen to the feedback of the negative. I mean, the negative part of the feedback. There's a lot of positive feedback from the movie, and when I did my review, a lot of people also commented they loved the movie. Most of the people loved it, but the rest of the people that, I mean, they just didn't go to see it because they think that they're gonna hate it. So that's basically what happened. They think that they're gonna hate it, so they're just not gonna check for themselves and see for themselves, and that's what is happening here. But most of
Well,
the people that are seeing it love
actually,
it.
I actually just couldn't go, so I didn't. But I wanted to go because it's Justice League. It's one of my favorite things in everything. Like
Well, you missed a lot of amazing things that are for the movie theater. You have to experience. I cannot speak after 11. Experience them there.
all right, I think we should wrap this up
Yeah,
because
yeah, 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 yeah.
we're going. I think
Overboard.
I think if we continue, we're going to end up in Doctor Who universe, and that's something we should not do.
No, no, no. I am not familiar with that at all, so it's no use. I never seen Doctor Who, so yeah.
Oh, you summer child.
Oh boy. I cannot see everything. I am actually watching Punisher. For those of you that are interested, whether or not I'm gonna make a review of that, I am. I'm making a review of every Marvel TV show on Netflix that is coming out or has ever come out, I think. But I'm still trying to go through the Punisher, and it's the hardest show that I ever watched. That I have to make myself watch it. It's very hard. It's not like the other shows. I mean, they are all slow. They are all like, not as fast paced as you would like. And the dialogue is very quiet in all of those shows. It's very like, you see what's gonna happen, and the other guy's like, oh yeah, but we gotta do this, man, and something like that. And it's dragging. Yeah, so it's confusing also because it's not true to what you're used to with the Punisher. The focus is not exactly on him, and they try to make other things important, like soldiers, life of soldiers, what it's like to be a soldier, what struggles they go through after they are no longer needed in service, how are they physically harmed, crippled by the army, and their experience there, how soldiers are used for other people that have power for their agenda, and not to be loyal to the country exactly, but to be loyal to them and to do their bidding and their orders, and how immoral things could be done in those kind of situations. So it tags on very serious topics, but you're at least I kind of feel that it's okay, it's good, but I want to see the Punisher, that guy, the Punisher. I want to see him strong. I want to see him kick ass. I want to see him do the Punisher things, and
Nope.
he's kind of doing them at the beginning, and then he just start doing them. But I haven't finished it. I'm kind of close to the end, and I'm in the middle. I'm not in the middle anymore, so I have like 2 or 3 episodes more to go, and to see where it's gonna finish it all. And there's also a new character that I love to talk about. She's a female, you can say. What was that? Well, she's from the police or whatever that was, and she's very intelligent. She's like the strong female character of the show, but she is not in the comic books, as far as is my understanding. She does not exist anywhere. They just made her up for the show. But I like her. Agent Madani. Oh yeah, she's an agent. Agent Madani. Madani this, Madani that, because she's from the Middle East, but she's American. But she has this background from the Middle East, and she's kind of exotic, and she's very sexy. She's very intelligent. But all of a sudden, we have a sex scene with her, and I'm like, what the heck is happening here? Why, Madani? Why? I mean, it's nuts. It's confusing. I mean, people are already divided on it, as far as I understood. So I'm not recommending the show as if now. Jessica Jones is much better. Daredevil is much better. Even Adam Fist, that I'm having so much gripes with that show because he's so annoying and such a pussy. Even that is more enjoyable to watch than The Punisher. So yeah, it's kind of a drag. That's all I'm gonna say for now.
All right. So
We went through too many topics. We are done.
yes, that was very around the place.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So it's almost midnight, our time, our Bulgarian time. We have to leave you for now. It was a very good stream, I think, for Friday night. We
Yeah.
said a lot of things. We dissected the trailer as far as that is possible, especially how Chris Pratt is running. I think that is the highlight of the trailer. How
running,
he's running downhill.
running Chris Pratt is running very, very, very funny.
Yeah. So I hope that we're gonna do this again, and of course, Star Wars next week. We are all up for that, guys. So expect a review as fast as humanly possible when Star Wars Episode
And in the
8.
meantime, if you want to, you can check all stuff that we did with Geri. We had gaming videos. You can check my channel if you want to. It's discuss things. And if some of my people are watching this, do go to Geri's channel and take a look at her stuff because she has some amazing videos as well.
Thank you. Actually, I'm gonna put your channel in the description right away before. I'm not gonna forget, but I mean, I have to put that channel there right away.
Thank you very much.
And you can, of course, find out about my buddy here gaming channel as well while you're at it.
Yes, gonna
Uh,
be starting really soon. At one point, someday, someday
y-
I will start. Someday is very soon.
yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
maybe next year, maybe this year.
This year, because we have Star Wars. You know,
Yes.
don't forget, we have this thing called Star Wars that we still have to, you know,
Oh,
review.
yes, we shall. We shall.
We have to review it. Okay, I'm just putting everything that is needed, and we could be off.
Done.
Yeah, done. I have to work out a bit. Okay, that was that, guys. Thank you very much for watching this stream with me and my buddy Helzo. And I had to mention for those of you that never seen him before that we made a Harley Quinn and Joker cosplay last year for Suicide Squad. So that's why I'm sometimes calling him Pudding, and he's calling me Harley. So if you ever hear that, it's typical for us. It's super normal. It's fine. It's
It's
our
our
thing.
it's our thing. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's lovely and we love it. And okay, I have to be quiet now.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you from me, and see you soon.
Bye bye, guys.
Cheers.